I just started recording. Some of the members requested recording, Amma. Go ahead. Again, Srikanta Matloyas, please.
Srikanto Mataloyasya Janani Sarvamangala Janakaha Shankara Mahadevaka Twamande Gajananam.
Shankaraha Mahadevakaha Mahadevaha. Srikanto Matloyasya Janani Sarvamangala Janakaha Shankaro Mahadevaha Tvam Vande Gajananam. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Can you chant Shiva Shakti Ayukto?
Shivashaktyayukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Pravavritam Nachedevam Devo Nakala Spanditum Atastamaradhyam Harihara Virinchadi Virapi Pranantum Stotum Va Katamakruta Punyam Pravavati.
Are you trying to chant them faster than your breath?
What?
Are you chanting them faster than the normal pace?
No.
No. Okay. It felt like it. So it needs to be a little slower at the normal pace of your breath. Okay, ma? All right. So in the last class, we chanted the first two shlokas. And we also discussed about the importance of Soundarya Lahari. Today, we will discuss a little story on the importance of Soundarya Lahari, and then we will chant. But before we go in there, let's all chant. You can chant being muted or unmuted. I will say word after word. Please repeat the first two shlokas after me. Okay, we will do this as a shlokam, not as a chant. The first one I will repeat, listen to it, and then the second time we will all repeat word after word, where I will say a word and pause for all of you. Yeah, and one of you or a couple of you can unmute and repeat after me, so I know, and then I can continue. The first shlokam typically goes, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shaktah Prabhavitum Nache Devam Devo Nakalu Kushalas Panditumapi Atastvam Aradhyam Hari Hara Virinchadibirapi Pranantum Stotum Va Kadamakrita Punya Prabhavati. That is the first slokam, right? So first, before we get into a chant, we can learn it word by word. So we are clear with the pronunciation of the words, and then the chant becomes easier, right? So that kindly repeat after me, one of you or a couple of you, or if all of you want to unmute also, feel free to, absolutely your choice. So I'll say word after word, please repeat after me, right? For any composition like Soundarya Lahari, Shivananda Lahari, and the first shlokam and the last shlokam typically will be very, very, very powerful. Okay. And in this case also, Soundarya Lahari, the first shlokam itself takes us to an orbit where we are getting started at all of us are born as normal human beings. We do have a lot of superhuman powers within us, but we don't realize them. Just like Lord Hanuman had to be told by saints about his powers that he forgot because of some curses. We are no different. We all forget our supernatural powers because of our prarabdhas, the previous karmas that we have done, which act as curses. And therefore, we continue to think we are very, very limited. We are very, below normal human beings. But all of us were created as extraordinary individuals. And the ignorance that we are all engulfed with. Okay, that is the third shlokam that we'll discuss today. That makes us think, oh, I don't have the even human abilities, forget about superhuman abilities. Many of us don't have confidence. Many of us don't feel we look good. Many of us feel that, we are not good enough for the rest. So these are all the various avidyas that continue, ignorances that continue to block our ability to realize our superhuman capabilities and abilities. Okay, so now we will chant the first slokam. Repeat after me, word after word. Shiva Shaktya Yukto
Shiva Shaktya Yukto
Yadi Bhavati
Yadi Bhavati
Shaktah Prabhavitum
Shaktah Prabhavitum
Nache Devam Devo
Nache Devam Devo
Nakalu
Nakalu
Kushala
Kushala
Spanditumapi
Spanditumapi
Atastvam
Atastvam
Aradyam
Aradyam
Hari Hara Virinchadi
Hari Hara Virinchadi
Bhirapi
Virapi
Pranantum
Pranantum
Stotum Va
Stotum Va
Katamakrita
Katamakrita
Punya
Punya
Prabhavati.
Prabhavati
Okay, one more time we will repeat. Shiva Shaktya Yukto
Shiva Shaktya Yukto
Yadi Bhavati
Yadi Bhavati
Shakta
Shaktah
Prabhavitum
Prabhavitum
Nache Devam Devo
Nache Devam Devo
Nakalu Kushala Spanditumapi
Nakalu Kushala Spanditumapi
Atastvam
Atastvam
Aradyam
Aradyam
Harihara Birinchadi
Hari Hara Virinchadi
Birapi
Virapi
Pranantum
Pranantum
Stotum Va
Stotum Va
Katamakrita
Katamakrita
Punya Prabhavati.
Punya Prabhavati.
Very simply put, the meaning of the shloka again is Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum. Even the Shiva is not able to move his nail on the little finger on the right without the movement, without the involvement of Mother Goddess in the form of Shakti. Okay. And then we are saying Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Nache Devam Devo Nakalu Kushala Spanditumapi Atastvam Aradyam Harihara Virinchadi Birab. Atastvam, to you, Aradyam, they are all praying. Who are they? Harihara Virinchai. Hari is Vishnu, who is taking away, stealing our papas. Therefore, the name Hari. Hara means the one who is burning down our karmas. Therefore, Shiva. Hari Hara Virinchadi. Why Virinchadi? Brahma has so many names. What is Virinchi?
Veena.
Hmm?
Veena.
Veena of?
Saraswati.
Okay, so why are we referring to Brahma as the husband of Saraswati here?
She is like the goddess of speech.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, very good. Now, Virinchadi Birapi essentially says, Virinchi, as Manasvi mentioned, is the Veena of Saraswati Devi. And what is Saraswati's Veena? Our backbone is Saraswati Devi's Veena. Okay, if I'm able to speak now, the word has to come in 4 levels and as given in Lalita Sahasranamam. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, Vaikari. The words that you are able to listen to is called Vaikari. Then the words that I am trying to convert them at my throat junction are Madhyama. Sometimes we keep thinking, I'm not getting that word out, right? That means the word is getting lost at Madhyama level. Pashyanti essentially is the thoughts that are to come into my mind, which need to be converted into talk, is Pashyanti. and the supreme energy that is enabling the thoughts to convert into talk is para. That is the reason Lalita Tripura Sundari is also called Paradevata. Okay, so that para is getting converted into Pashyanti after entering our body at the navel chakra or Manipura. When it rises up to the Vishuddhi or the throat, it becomes Madhyama. I am thinking of the thoughts in my mother tongue Telugu, and when I'm trying to speak out in a language of my choice, which is English, the goddess of speech is enabling the translation on the fly without having any breaks in between, without having any interruptions in between, without having any hiccups in between. That is the reason Mother Goddess Saraswati is called Vagdevi. Vak plus Devi, Vagdevi. Okay. And this Saraswati, when she is playing Veena, it means the para, pashyanti, madhyama, vaikari are working in us very, very fluently. But when we are referring to Brahma, virinchadi birapi, Harihara virinchadi birapi, Brahma is the Lord and custodian of the four Vedas. When Vishnu is stealing away our papas, when Shiva is turning our papas into ashes, whatever are left after Vishnu stole the papas, why would Vishnu steal? Vishnu is the Stitikara. If we are able to get up in the morning and go about our daily, schedule, it is because of Vishnu who is helping us keep it, maintain it. And that Vishnu, when is helping us do some punya karyas. For example, you woke up in the morning and you spoke to somebody, gave them hope, you told them positive things. Then, because of that punya karma, some of your papa is going away. Hari. Now, whatever you haven't said and done, you sat at a place, not in puja room. Let us say you're sitting in the sofa. You don't know what to do. You kept your phone aside, you were not watching TV, and you took your favorite name. Let's say Sri Rama. You're chanting Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Rama. Now, since you got immobilized at a place and started going into dhyana by chanting a name, what Shiva does is he will take this namas that you're doing a japam of, any nama, it can be Krishna, Rama, Shiva, Hari, doesn't matter, Govinda, and Shiva will, just like the agarbatti, which slowly burns, giving fragrance, the names that we chant will slowly burn our papas and turn into ashes, emitting out fragrance because Hari Hara. Now, once we do this, then what happens is we will start developing interest in Vedas, in Sanatana Dharma, in the Upanishads, in our Astadasa Mahapuranas, the 18 Puranas. Why is a story told a certain way? Who is Krishna's best friend, Kuchela? Why was Kuchela so poor? And when Kuchela came to Krishna, with some flattened rice, when everybody was disgusted with Kuchela's appearance and the sweat smell that was coming from his body after walking for 2 days, where his body was completely filled with dust and sweat, how did Krishna go and hug him? Right? Now, when we read, we'll get interested about this. And then we'll think, oh, why did, we pray to Lord Rama everywhere saying he is Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Rama is full of Dharma. Then why did Rama, who is full of Dharma, leave his pregnant wife in a forest? Is it fair for a husband to abandon his wife in a forest? Right? If we initially will think, oh, Rama is a stone-hearted man, how can he be a god? Then as we start meditating, we'll understand, how did we get Ramayana in the first place? Ramayana was given by
Valmiki.
Valmiki was a
Hunter.
hunter, murderer, thief, right? When did Valmiki write Ramayana?
Mm.
Valmiki,
After
hmm? Hmm.
after Narada told him to chant
After
Ram.
after Mother Goddess Sita, who was pregnant with Lava and Kusha, the twins, entered Valmiki ashramam when Rama had Lakshmana and the Rathasarthi go leave Mother Goddess Sita in the forest. Unless the Shakti goes, okay, that Mother Goddess Sita herself is Saraswati, herself is Lakshmi, herself is Parvati. Okay, unless she went to Valmiki's ashram, Valmiki's brain did not work. That is the reason Valmiki did not name Ramayanam as Ramayanam. He named it Sitaya Maha. He said this is Mother Goddess Sita's Mahatvam, her journey, her story. He never mentioned the word Rama. We made it Ramayanam. Okay, with the flow of time, people made it Ramayanam. Sitaya's Mahasat Charit, the Mahacharita of Sita, the way it happened. And when Mother Goddess Sita gave birth to Lava and Kusha, those twins went around spreading the Valmiki Ramayanam, which Rama heard and felt a paternal love towards the kids, not knowing they are his own kids. That is essentially Virinchadi, how Saraswati flows. When Saraswati goes to a place, she's omnipresent. But when she decides to make somebody like a Kalidas, like a Potana, okay, she will appear in front of them. Like Manasvi, what is the Potana's Sharada Nerada in the slokam that we learned?
Sarada Neeradendu Ghanasara Patira Marala Mallika Haratashara Fena Rajatachala Kasafanisa Kunda Mandara Sudapayodi Sita Tamara Samara Vahini Subhakaraka Noppu Ninnu Madiganaga Nannadu Galgu Bharati.
Vahini Subhakaraka. Vahini means that which flows. Subhakaraka means that one who does auspicious events. So Saraswati Devi appeared before Bammera Potana when Potana was about to write Bhagavatam. Potana is a great staunch Shiva devotee, but his Istadaivam is Rama. Okay, but when he is born into a Shaivite family, taking Sri Rama, Vishnu's name, how did Saraswati come to bless him to write Bhagavatam? This essentially shows the god or goddess we pray to is only one form. Some of us like Satyanarayana Swami, some of us like Durga Devi, some of us like Hanuman, some of us like Krishna. Okay, that is our level of affection, love towards that form of the god. And it's absolutely okay. As we start evolving, we will start realizing that all the forms are same. Now, Virinchadi Birapi essentially, when our papam is being stolen away by Vishnu, by making us do good things from the moment we wake up every day until we sleep, Shiva, who is Hara, wherever we are sitting, we can keep chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. Even the world, the person sitting next to you need not know. When you're going in a bus also, you're chanting that. And in that form, the Shiva is burning down our papas like the agarbattis, small flame that consumes the whole agarbatti, converting it into fragrance. Now, once this is done, Saraswati will flow into us, and the god of Vedas, the Chaturmukha Brahma, who is the custodian of Chatur Vedas, the four Vedas, what will he do? He will ensure that we get interest in doing pujas, in doing vratas, in reading Puranas, in learning, in joining classes like this. There are so many in our group, right? With all respect to all of them, many of them might be very, very more devoted. but the circumstances are not allowing them to join. Okay, some obstacle is coming for them. Maybe they are not yet ready to learn the intricate secrets of Soundarya Lahari. In Kali Yugam, two things are very, very powerful. One is Sundarakanda, the other one is Soundarya Lahari. Then you might ask me, what about Vishnu Sahasranamam, Lalita Sahasranamam, and other things? Right? These two are given very specifically for Kali Yugam to learn about the Tantra Sastram. Now, Tantra is, whenever we talk about Vedamata Gayatri, we say Vedamayi, Tantramayi, Nadamayi. Tantra is how to read something and apply it. The manual that typically comes with every equipment that we have to know how to use, control, and put it to the right use. So Tantra, two sastras in Sundara Kanda, a normal monkey with special abilities became Sundara, that is Hanuman, in becoming the only monkey that became a god, where Hanuman has the maximum number of temples. You will never see any other monkey having any temple at all, right? Because of Sundara Kanda, when Hanuman saw Mother Goddess Sita, he said, I saw a five-hooded snake. What is that five-hooded snake? Five-hooded snake. And the same dialogue was listed in Mahabharatam about Draupadi. Okay. Krishna said, you might be thinking Draupadi is a normal, woman because she's married to the Pandavas. She is the five-hooded snake. Essentially, the five-hooded snake means the avataram, derivative avatarams of Mother Divine. Okay, where they are, they appear like normal women, but they are not normal. They are, as powerful as the flame and fire. If anybody tries to touch them, they'll be turned into ashes. This is the reason why Ravanasura, who kidnapped Mother Goddess Sita, never dared to touch her in Lanka. If he were to touch her, he would turn into ashes. That is the reason even Ravana Brahma never touched Mother Goddess Sita. Virinchadi Birapi. Essentially, we will start developing interest in understanding whatever we do. Why do we pour water every day to Tulsi? Not because it's a plant. If it's a plant, why do you offer water only to Tulsi first? That to looking at the Surya and raising your hands and pouring, like Argyam. Okay, because Tulasi is a Daiva Vriksham that is married to Vishnu, and Surya is Aditya, and Adityas essentially are Vaishnava Vishnu Amsa. When we are praying to Vishnu through the Stitikara Tattvam, we are offering by raising our hands as we do Namaste. We are offering water, Argyam to that god Surya by trying to contribute our little part in the water cycle. And since the plants need water, Tulasi is a Daiva Vriksham, which eliminates all the negative elements in the air. Okay, there are a lot of negative elements that come in the air. And wherever Tulasi is kept and prayed to and watered, there the negative energy will be reduced, it will go away. So our ancestors have introduced all these things with simple rituals, and that these are the things that will start developing. You will see many people suddenly in their, right from their childhood or middle age, they will not be spiritual, but suddenly they'll become spiritual. Okay, because the time has come where Virinchadi Birapi started working on them because of whatever papas, prarabdhas in the past, they were not able to do. But the time has come where they'll start depositing punya karmas in their account by doing some of this Sanatan Dharma. Therefore, Virinchadi Birapi. Pranantum stotum va kadamakrita punya prabhavati. Pranantum, to do namaste to you. Stotum va, even to chant this slokam, I should have had some punya karmas from my previous lives in my story, my katha. Okay, that is the first shlokam. Now, next one we will chant is the second one. Taniyamsum pamsum tava charana panke ruhabhavam viranchis sanchinvan virchayati loka navikalan vahatyenam shaurihi kadamapi sahasreshu sirasam haras sankshudyainam bhajati basito dhulana vidim. Very simply put, the Trinity, the God that does generate, Brahma, the God that operates or sustains, Vishnu, the God that destroys or causes Laya. Destroy doesn't mean death. Every night, if we are able to sleep, that is temporary Laya. Without sleep, we are not ready for the next day. Okay. Now, all these three gods in the Trinity get the power because they are taking the dust under the feet of Mother Goddess Lalita Tripur Sundari and sprinkling it on their head as Vibhuti. Vishnu does it, Brahma does it, Shiva does it to an extreme level where he took the dust, he sprinkled it, and said this is not sufficient, and he started applying on his whole body as Vibhuti. Therefore, Shiva is full of Vibhuti, applied on his body as powder. Now we'll chant the second shlokam. If one or two of you can mute, whoever is interested, and chant along with, after me. Tani yamsum pamsum
Taniyamsum pamsum
tava charana panke ruhabhavam
tava charana pankeru rupavam
tava charana panke ruhabhavam.
tava charana pankeru rupavam.
Tava charana is your charana. Panke ruhabhavam means the fine colloidal dust like the pollen of a flower. Tava charana panke ruhabhavam
Tava charana pankeru rupavam.
viranchis sanchinvan
Viranche sanchinvan
virachayati
virachayati
loka
loka
navikalan
navikalan
viranchi sanchinvan virchayati loka navikalan vahat. Go ahead. Viranchi sanchinvan
viranche sanchinvan
virachayati
virachayati
loka
loka
navikalam
navikalam
vahatyenam shaurihi
vahtenam shaurihi
vahatyenam shaurihi khatamapi
katamapi
viranchi
viranchi
vahan Taniyamsum pamsum tavacharna pankerhobam viranchi sanchun virshayati lokan navikalan vahatyenam shaurihi kadamapi sahasreshu sirasam. This line vahatyenam shaurihi kadamapi sahasreshu sirasam means Vishnu needs to take multiple avatars, and we say Vishnu is Sahasra Sirsha Purusha in Purusha Suktam. Vishnu is sprinkling the fine dust on all his infinite heads because he needs to keep taking avatara after avatara to kill the adharmics. Okay, so he's sprinkling this. Vahat Shauri means the one who displays valor, a warrior. Vahat Yenam Shaurihi Kadamapi Sahasreshu Sirasam. Okay. Haras Sankshuddainam Bhajati Basito Dhulana Vidim. So the first line goes as Tani Yamsum Pamsum Tavacharna Panker Hobavam. The Trinity are sprinkling the dust and sprinkling it on their head. Then the next three lines, the first line talks about Brahma, the second line talks about Vishnu, the third line talks about Shiva after the first. So the second is Brahma, third is Vishnu, fourth is Shiva. Okay, I will chant once, listen, and then again we will chant together before we go to the next one. Tani amsum pamsum tavacharna panke ruhabhavam viranchis sanchinvan virchayati lokana vikalan vahatyenam shaurihi kadamapi sahasreshu sirasam haras sankshuddainam bhajati basito dhulana vidim. Now, listening to Soundarya Lahari is also very, very powerful. Why? Like you haven't read the manual of a device on how to use. But if somebody reads the manual and tells you how to press the volume button on a remote, right? And how to press the channel change button. It's as good as you have read the manual, you know how to control. Similarly, when we are listening to Soundarya Lahari slokas and understand the gist that is given in each of the slokas, as we start doing whatever pujas and meditation, this will keep applying to us at different levels. Okay. Therefore, Shrunvan Tapaha, even listening, is as powerful as chanting. Okay. Now let's all chant the second slokam, word after word. Tani yamsum pamsum,
Aniyamsam
Yamsam Pamsam
tava charana pankeruhabhavam,
Tava
Tavachat
Charana Panke Ruhabhavam
veranchis sanchinvan,
Viranchis Sanchinvan
virchayati loka navikalan,
Virachayati Lokam Navikala
vahatyenam shaurihi,
Vahaddenam Shaurihi
kadamapi sahasreshu sirasam,
Kadamakrita Sarasvini
Sirasam
Sam
haras sankshuddyainam,
Harashangshatyenam
bhajati basito dhulana vidim.
Bhajati
Bhajati Basto Dodam
Bhajati
Bhajati basito dhulana vidim means Shiva bathed with the dust. Okay, bhajati basito dhulana vidim. How did he do it? Did it, enjoying, dancing in ecstasy. Okay, because of the power it was the vibhuti gives. Okay, and next we will learn the third slokam of Soundarya Lahari is very, very powerful for removing the ignorance from our mind. Okay, why should I sit and pray? Is 10 minutes sufficient? Is 20 minutes sufficient? 4 hours sufficient? We can never quantify. The gods look at bhavam, yad bhavam tad bhavati. How clean the intent is. It's always the quality and never the quantity. Okay, and the third slokam goes as, I will chant, listen. Avidhyanam antastimiramirajvipanagari jadanam chaitanyastabakamakarandashrutijari daridranam chintamani gunanika janmajaladau nimagnanam damshtra muraripuvarahasya bhavati. This says, I am born into the darkness of avidya. Avidyanam antastimiramirajvipanagari, like a dvipam, an island that is engulfed in darkness. Avidyanam antastimira mihira dvipanagari, um, a- an island that is fully engulfed with darkness. My life is no different. My life is, when I'm born, that life is completely engulfed with darkness. Darkness of what? Sorrow, ignorance, kama, krodha, mada, matsarya, moha, right? I'm angry for no reason, okay? Or I'm angry because I don't have something. I'm angry because somebody else has something, okay? That is krodha. Kama is desire. I want the latest iPhone. Once that comes, the next one, whenever it comes. There is no limit. There is no stop to it, okay? Kama, krodha, Loba, greed. I have 100 rupees. I'm saving it. But I see a person who needs just 1 rupee. I'm not able to give that 1 rupee. Greed. Okay. Then Kama, Krodha, Loba, Madha. I have 100 rupees. I'm very arrogant. I have 100 rupees. Okay. Why? No reason. Just because I have 100 rupees. Okay. I can speak better than others. I have arrogance. I have a better car, I have arrogance. So there are all silly reasons for people to have arrogance. And whatever gives us arrogance, that can go away in a blink of, eye. Like what happened when the earthquake came in Syria and Turkey. A lot of people died in their sleep also. So they would not even know, right? So when something comes to our life, it can go equally in a very, very short span. Okay, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada. Matsaryam means constant jealousy, comparing with people. Oh, that person looks so beautiful. Oh, that person has so many riches. Oh, that person is traveling across the world. Whenever we compare, we will only be unhappy. The only person that we need to compare ourselves with, our own self. How was I in the morning? How am I in the afternoon? Am I improving or am I becoming worse? Therefore, how do I become better? Maybe I need to do good friendship with good people who will tell me the bad things in me and help me change. Therefore, satsangatyam. Okay, when we do good friendship, our life will change. Good friendship need not only be with humans. Good friendship can be with a mantra. Good friendship can be with a book. Good friendship can be with a story of Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Bhagavata. Right? This is all good friendship or satsangatyam. When we are born, we are engulfed with all these darknesses. Avidya is the name of it. Avidyanam antastimira mihira dvipanagari. My body is an kind of an island that is surrounded with my mother, my father, my wife, my husband, my kids, all of these people, right? And all of them have their own ignorance that they keep bringing in as well. Okay. And that avidya, avidyanam antastimira mihira dvipanagari, to that island that is engulfed with the darkness of ignorance. You are the sun, Mihira Dvipanagari, to all of us who are completely engulfed with the darkness of ignorance. You are the bright sun that can dispel the ignorance. That is the first line. Avidyanam antastimira mihira. Mihira means Surya. Dvipa Nagari. Dvipa is this island. And this island is being lit when you are shining your light on me and I am able to look at my ignorances. Avidyanam antastimira mihira dvipa Nagari. Daridranam chintamani gunanika janma jalado. Who is a Daridra? Daridra has two meanings. In Rudra Namaka Chamkas, we say Shiva is called Daridra. Daridra doesn't mean one who is very poor. In fact, Shiva is the god of wealth who is giving money to Kubera and Lakshmi. They pray to Shiva with Bilva Patram and they get money. Therefore, Kubera became the god of wealth. Mother goddess Lakshmi became the goddess of wealth. Okay, so Shiva is not called Daridra because he does not have monies. He is the richest of all, right? Shiva is called Daridra because he does not have a desire of his own. A person who does not have desire at all, he or she is called Daridra. Okay, Daridra means there is nothing that they are anticipating. There is nothing that they want. The second form of Daridra is extremely opposite. No matter what they have, they want everything. They're constantly crying, saying, I don't have this, I don't have that. In spite of what they have, they're constantly cribbing and crying about things that they don't have, right? They will be eating good food, very healthy food, but they'll be crying saying, oh, I don't have that pizza, I don't have this. So whatever they have, they are never happy with. That is the other form of daridras. Okay. And to those daridras, the kind of daridra that Shiva is, very, 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 very few people can get to that level. Okay. And the other daridras, the whole cosmos is filled with other daridras who are crying for what they don't have rather than being grateful for what they have. And who will help such people? Somebody has to help them. Daridranam chintamani gunanika janma jaladhau. For all the other daridras in this world, other than your husband, who is a daridra because he has no desire. Why is that he does not have a desire? Because you are with him. Okay. And why did you go to him? Because he has no desires. You went to him because he does not have a desire of his own. Always he has been doing work only for others. Who will drink poison? Okay, when all the gods and the Rakshasas were churning the ocean of milk, when Halahalam came, will anyone offer to drink that poison? No other, all the gods, Vishnu, Brahma, Indra, all of them went to Kailash and they asked Shiva, can you please drink this halahalam, which is like the lava of the volcano. It is burning our back. Even before we touch it, it's, let's say, 100 kilometers away. The fumes of that halahalam are making us suffocated. Who are saying this? The gods, the Rakshasas, all of them have reached to Shiva. And Shiva, who was about to go and help, he just looked at Mother Goddess Parvati. Parvati smiled and said, don't worry, go. That is the confidence she has on her Mangala Balam or Mangala Sutram. So Shiva went and drank the poison. Which god will do that? Right? Now, Shiva has always done things for the Loka Kalyanam, for the happiness of the cosmos. And that is the reason Mother Goddess Lalita went and became his wife. Shiva in that form is called Mahakameshwara. Lalita is called Mahakameshwari. They are fulfilling the desires of others because they have no desire. Why is that they don't have any desire? Because this line explains Daridranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jaladav. Chintamani, the moment you think of a good dharmic desire, immediately that desire will be fulfilled by the Mother Goddess. There's a Chintamani Vriksham. Okay. There's one such plant in heaven. Indra got it. Why did Indra get it? Because Indra's wife Sachi Devi is a great devotee of Lalita Tripur Sundari. Because of her prayers, Mother Goddess Lalita said, you always ask dharmic desires. So keep a Chintamani Vriksham in your Amaravati. And that Amaravati Nagaram, Amara means where there is no death. And in that place, whatever dharmic desires people ask, immediately that Vriksham gives. That's one plant or one, huge tree that is there in Amaravati. There is a forest of such, Chintamani Vrikshas in the place where Lalita Tripur Sundari lives. And the place where she lives is called Manidvipam. It is so full of precious jewels, monies. That whole island is called Manidvipam. In that Manidvipam, one such plant is Chintamani Vriksham. Whatever desires the devotees are asking, it can be Krishna's devotee, it can be Rama's devotees, as long as it is a dharmic desire, the Vriksham gives the fruit to that devotee in one or the other form. So such Daridranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jaladao. Okay, people who are Daridras from their many, many Janmas, when they start praying to you, you become their Chintamani Gunanika. You become the medicine where you fulfill their desires and you are helping them take to a desireless state. Okay, that is the bigger state. Not having desire after desire after desire after desire after desire. Okay, a lot of people, when Adi Shankaracharya was about to leave his body at the age of 32, he reached Kedarnath. Okay, and he was about to leave. His disciples, 4 disciples, asked, 4 of the most important disciples, the 4 who became the Pitadipatis for the 4 Amnaya Pitas, right? In the east, south, west, and the north. They asked, what are the last messages, Guruji, that you want to tell the world? And he said, whatever the Vedas have said is true. There is no other truth other than Vedas. In Kali Yuga, a lot of people will come and they will start making their own versions. So that is not true. Vedo Adviti, there is nothing that comes close to Vedam. Whatever the Vedas have said, that alone is the truth. The second thing, it is very important and good to go visit different temples, different places, when your body is able, when your body is relatively young. But after a certain age, wherever you sit, you should be able to pray and meditate on all the forms that you want to pray to, because all the forms are omnipresent, they're ubiquitous, they're everywhere. Therefore, after a certain age, if you want to go to a place and tirtha, you are causing a lot more inconvenience to people around you. So don't keep having the desire of visiting places. Wherever you are, that should become the, if you are living in your house, that if you like, for example, Sri Sailam, that should become Sri Sailam. If you like Tirupati, that should become Tirupati. If you like Kedarnath, that should become Kedarnath. You should sit there and pray to that form, and there and there itself, you will start getting the benefit. Okay. Why did Adi Shankaracharya say this? He said, because when the body is not able, if we go to these higher altitude places like Mount Kailash, Manasarovar, right? There, the inconvenience that is caused by us to others because of that is far more papam than the punyam that we are accruing. And the desires should come to an end at a certain age of a human life. Therefore, daridranam chintamani gunanika janma jaladau. And this medicine, when we are praying to Mother Goddess Lalita, it's not confined to this Janma. It will continue to next Janma. Janma Jaladau, it becomes a medicine that will have effect across the future lives to come. Okay? And they say in Lalita Sahasranamam Palashruti and Soundarya Lahari, Sundarakanda, a being, a person will start learning these things, show interest towards these things when they are in their last 5 janmas as a human before they reach the moksham. Okay, so that is the reason not everybody can also learn them. Not everybody can also understand the secrets. Okay, in Palashruti of Lalita Sahasranamam, Bhagavan Hayagriva Swami, a Vishnu avatara, he tells Agastya, after a person dies, when his or her punyas are being looked at, they will, Yama and Chitragupta will look. This person was born as a human being. Did he or she read Lalita Sahasranamam at least once? Okay. Did he or she read at least one slokam from Sundarakanda at least once? Did he or she ever attempt to understand the Soundarya Lahari and chant at least one slokam once? Once in a lifetime, not every day. Okay, that's how they look at it. That is the importance of these three. Okay, now Daridranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jaladau. We started with Avidyanam Antastimiram Hiradvipanagari. Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shrutijari is the next line. I actually went to the third line. Third line is Daridranam Chintamani Gunanika Janma Jaladau. Nimagnanam Damshra Muraripu Varahasya Bhavati. Let me cover the fourth line, then I come to the second line. Nimagnanam Damshra Muraripu Varahasya Bhavati. We are all drowning, we are all drowning in an ocean of desires called samsara. When you don't have your desire, your brother will come, your son will come, your mother will come, your father will come, say, can you do this for me? They have a desire that needs to be fulfilled through you. So, nimagnanam, so we are completely drowned in that samsara sagaram. When we pray to Mother Goddess Lalita, what happens is nimagnanam damshtra muraripu varahasya bhavati. Like the Vishnu's third avataram. What is the third avataram of Vishnu?
Vara. Vara.
Varaha avataram. What are the first 1 and 2?
Matsya Kurma.
Matsya avataram, born in the water, then born in the water but can crawl on the land, Kurma avataram. Then the being that can run on the land, which is Varaha Avataram, third one, right? Matsya, Kurma, Varaham is the third avatar. Why did Varaha Avataram come?
To lift the Mother Earth.
To lift the Mother Earth that was drowning in the Pralaya Jalas because of Hiranyaksha, Prahalada's Padnana, or Bhabai, depending on how we look at. Some say Hiranyaksha was younger, Hiranyakaspu was elder, and some say Hiranyakaspu was younger and Hiranyaksha was elder, right? His paternal uncle. Now, when this earth was thrown into Pralaya Jalas by Hiranyaksha, Vishnu took an avataram of Varaham because Varaham means pig. Pig has a very strong smell sense. Okay, and so he went sniffing in the Pralaya Jalas where earth was lost, and he lifted that earth on his Vararipu Mara, so on his tusks. Okay, and to this avataram, when Varaha Swami lifted Bhudevi, the son that was born to them is called Naraka. Narakasura story we talk about Deepavali. Naraka was born to Varaha avataram of Vishnu and Bhudevi when he lifted Bhudevi on his tusk. Okay. Similarly, we say in Lalita Sahasranamam, Karangulinakotpanna Narayana Dasakritihi, all the 10 avatars of Vishnu have come from the 10 nails, right, of Mother Goddess Lalita. Therefore, Varaha avataram is an avataram that has come from one of the nails of Mother Goddess Lalita's finger. Like she sent Varaha avataram to rescue the whole Bhumi. What are we for her? Okay, she will send a Varaha lift for us, which can lift us from the samsara sagaram, and therefore we will be protected from it. Avidyanam antastimira mihira dvipanagari, jadanam chaitanya stabaka makaranda shrutijari. We did not cover yet, I'll come to it. Then daridranam chintamani gunanika janmajarado nimagnanam damshtra moraripu varahasya bhavati. So we are all born in the ocean of darkness. She continues to shine light on us. And then our darkness, we will know how dark it was after the light came, and we will start making an effort. Then, from a state of life filled and full of desires, we will start getting rid of desires. On the path to become absolutely desireless is very, 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 very difficult. It's not impossible, but very, very difficult. There are many great saints who have achieved it, but it takes a lot of sadhana, and Shiva is a great example for it. Yogiraj, Shiva himself, and then we talked about Nimagnanam Damshtra Muraripu Varasya Bhavati. When we are drowning in that samsara sagaram, she will send Varaham, an avatar of Vishnu, our way to lift us up. Why Vishnu? Because Vishnu is Stitikara. When we are drowning in samsara sagaram, we are struggling to exist. When Vishnu is sent our way, he will lift us and therefore help us sustain, help us live better. Okay, and we will be in the samsara, but samsara will not touch us. Like the water drop on the leaf of a lotus. The lotus and lotus leaves are in water, but they will not get wet. Exactly, the devotee who is praying to Mother Divine with this name, he or she will be in samsara, but the samsara sagara water, the samsara burada cannot touch them, right? They will be very, very detached. Even if they touch, they won't get stuck to the leaf and the flower of lotus, just like a devotee of Mother to whom the mud and the water of samsara sagaram cannot dirty them up, okay, or wet them up. Now coming to the second line, Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shrutijari. When these three things happen that we talked about, first line, third line, and fourth line, we were Jada. We were means we know we had to do things. I need to wake up and do probably some meditation, puja. I need to go, do namaste to Surya. I know everything because my ancestors, my elders, my parents have told me, but I still don't do them. That is a state called jadatvam. Jadatvam means knowing what we need to do, but not doing it for various reasons. In Kali Yugam, that will be very, very, very high. Okay, we will know that we should not eat junk food, but we will go eat it. We know we need to eat healthy food, but we will not eat it. We know we need to exercise and sit in the sun every day, but we will not. We will tell others that it needs to be done, but we will not do it ourselves. When we have to suggest, we become Vyasa and Vyasa's father Parasara to others. But when we have to do it ourselves, we will not. We will be the first ones to criticize others. Oh, you became very fat. We will never give happiness and peace to others. We will point and say, oh, why did you don't look good. You became very fat. You don't look very healthy. All these are negative things. If you can say positive things and touch somebody's heart, say. If not, don't speak. Okay? Jadanam, jadatvam is that where we will not use whatever we learn in our life, but we will suggest it to our parents. We will suggest it to our kids. We will tell everyone it's not good to use mobile before you sleep. But are you using it? Are you following? Right? That is jadatvam. In Kali Yugam, this jadatvam will be very, very high. Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shruti Jari. In all those Jada people, all those people filled with the jadatvam of ignorance, mother will become Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shruti Jari. She will fill Chaitanyam in them. How will she fill? Like Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shruti Jari. Like a flower has invisibly nectar. In the person will still look the same. Physically, he or she will not change, but their lifestyle will change. But the way they are living will change. People around them will start noticing what happened to this person. Why did he suddenly start becoming good? Why did he stop some bad habits? Why did he stop talking less? Why is she or he sitting alone most of the time? Right? They will start developing all these good qualities. Sitting alone is actually a very good quality where you are doing some meditative form. Okay, not a lot of people can sit alone. They become restless. Okay. Jadanam Chaitanyam. When we are praying to Mother Goddess with the shlokam, she will fill Chaitanyam. To get rid of Chaitanya is kinetic energy. Jadam is potential energy. So she will translate the potential energy by melting the Jadatvam into Chaitanyam. Okay. Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shruti Jari. And the Chaitanyam fills he or she so much that there will be a lot of honeybees that will come to him or her to collect the nectar, take it back to the honey. The honeybees will take it back to the beehive, which means when a person is touched by Mother Divine, he or she is changing from Jadam to Chaitanyam. There will be other devotees who will come to her or him, this other devotee who has changed his or her own life. They will borrow little drops of nectar from this devotee to take back to their life and their family, to fill their family and their life with the sweetness of the divine honey that Mother Goddess is filling in one of the devotees' lives that these other devotees directly know or witnessing. Okay, this is a very, very, very powerful slokam to help us get out of our attachments without severing them. Okay, she will not make us a saint. She will not make whomever we love the most, she will not take them away. Okay, they will not get detached. They will not hate us. Everything will be as is. But we will continue to be that lotus which will not be stuck to anything, and wherever we are in that family, people will start realizing there is an amount of calmness, there's an amount of pleasantness, there's an amount of peace when this person is around. So they will start encouraging. If you, for example, if you're chanting every day Lalita, and one day you don't chant, they'll say, come say, why did you not play Lalita today? Something is missing in home, right? Why did you not chant that slokam? Why did you not do this puja? Why did you not give that prasadam? Right? So they will start missing. That is Jadanam Chaitanya Stabaka Makaranda Shruti Jari. Okay, now I'll chant. We'll chant it once and then we will conclude today's class. I want to cover 3 and 4, but we could cover only. Let's not rush. This is a lot of secretive things, and I don't come prepared to talk, right? Whatever she makes us listen to, whatever she speaks through me, that's what I talk. So that's the reason I can't time box it. So if I'm going over the time, please forgive me, right? We'll take 5 more minutes and we'll conclude for today. I'll chant the slokam word after word, but you kindly repeat it as well. Avidyanam antastimira
Avidyanam antastimira
mihiradvipanagari
mihiradvipanagari
jadanam chaitanya
jadanam chaitanya
stabaka makaranda shrutijari
stabaka makara
stabaka makaranda
stabaka makaranda
shruti jari
shruti
daridranam
daridranam
chintamani
chintamani
gunanika
gunanika
janma jaladau
janma jaladav
nimagnanam
nimagnanam
damshtra
damshta
muraripu
muraripu
varahasya bhavati.
varahasya bhavati.
One more time. Avidyanam antastimira
Avidyanam antastimira
mihiradvipanagari
mihiradvipanagari
jadanam chaitanya
jadanam chaitanya
stabaka makaranda
stabaka makaranda
shruti jari
shruti
daridranam
daridranam
chintamani
chintamani
gunanika
gunanika
janma jaladau
janma jaladav
nimagnanam damshtra
nimagnanam damshra
vararipu
vararipu
nimagnanam damshtra muraripu nimagnanam damshtra muraripu varahasya bhavati.
varahasya bhavati.
Okay, Mura Ripu means Vishnu who killed a form of Rakshasa called Mura. It's not Vishnu who killed it. It's actually Mother Goddess Shakti who killed a Mura. But she gave the reputation to Krishna or Vishnu as Murari. Okay, when Vishnu was sleeping, a Rakshasa by the name Mura came to attack and kill Vishnu. But given the Vishnu's devotion to Mother Devotee, she continued to protect Vishnu and she killed Mura, but passed on the fame to Vishnu. Therefore, whenever we say Murari, it is applicable to Krishna and Vishnu. But if you read the Puranas, Mura was killed by the Yoga Maya, which is none other than the Lalita Tripurasundari herself. That is how she lifts us up from the samsara sagaram, helping us do great things. She is the one who is doing all the great things, but she will pass on the fame to the person and make them very popular. Okay, that's what that means. Any questions from the class today? All right, we will again meet next Sunday and discuss. Even if we are going at a slow pace, let's understand the intricate secrets of the Soundarya Lahari and then, register it in our minds as much as possible. make an effort to chant. One of the biggest misconceptions that everyone and anyone will have about chanting any of these mantras is no god or goddess will do any harm to us when we mispronounce any of these. The only time the mantras will give bad results and effects is when we do prayogas. What is a prayoga? When somebody chants a mantra with a desire to cause harm and ill for others. Okay, there are some people who do that, right? For example, if I'm chanting a mantra, I will say, oh, so and so person should not be getting a promotion. So and so person should not be able to buy a home. He or she should not be healthy. That wife and husband should not be happy. There are people who do that prayers, right? Unknowingly, they will ask. Some of them ask knowingly. Those are the prayers that will give more adverse effect. And the person who is praying with such desires, he or she will suffer the most, because a lot of mantras need to be chanted a certain way with prayogas. And not nobody should do it. But when, for example, you have a kitchen knife, you are supposed to use it to cut vegetables. But when you keep your finger and cut, it does not differentiate. It does not know which is a vegetable, which is your finger. It will still cut. Right? Similarly, when people use mantras for the wrong reasons, they still give effect. But when people use them as prayogas, if a word is mispronounced, it will bounce back. Just like when we are cutting vegetables, we keep our own finger and we are not attentive, our finger will be cut. So the same mantra will cut us. So that is the only time the mantras will have adverse effects, when they are not pronounced properly. Okay. And that is essentially not right in the prayogas. Otherwise, if we are trying to learn with a genuine heart for our upliftment, for the family's upliftment, for the society's upliftment, the god or goddess themselves will correct our pronunciations. I have seen it in my own life and experience. Okay. And I'm telling you from my first-hand experience. So don't be scared in trying to attempt them to chant as well. Right? A lot of people who don't chant it themselves, who don't do it themselves, they scare others saying, oh, you can't do this, you will have adverse effects. All nonsense. No god or goddess will give adverse effect. Okay. So when you have done mistakes, your parents have always protected. They slapped you, but they never killed you. And similarly, god or goddesses will correct our path. Okay. And they will not even slap us. The way it gets corrected is you will suddenly come across a shlokam, somebody's chanting where they will pronounce it differently, and you will start course correcting automatically. That is how these are done. Okay. Before we go, Joshi or Manasvi, can you chant Mangalam Guru Shri? This is a Mangalam for all the great gurus who have walked on this planet to get us access to these great stotras like Soundarya Lahari. This specific one is for Sringeri Guru Parampara, which is a direct derivative of Adi Shankaracharya's, and how Sringeri and Sringeri gods and goddesses continue to enable us is what this Mangalam talks. Go ahead, Joshi. I can't listen to what you're chanting. Manasvi, do you want to, ma?
Okay. Mangalam Guru Shri Chandramalishwarage Shakti Ganapati Sharadambike Shankaracharyanige Kala Bhairavage Kali Durgage Veera Dira Sura Hanuma Maruti Charanage Mangalam Guru Shri.
Thank you, ma. All right, Srimatre Namaha, and we will meet again next Sunday at 10:30. Namaste.
Thank you.
Bye, ma. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Namaste. Thank you.